Soup's on.
Soup's on. Soup's on.
A&H snags $50 million refinance for grocery store anchored property at 1007 Flatbush Avenue. Harry Ajimi's A&H Acquisitions has refinanced its single-story retail property at 1007 Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn with $50 million from Signature Bank, according to records made public last Friday. Ajmi's deal refinances the Flatbush property's previous $24 million loan plus other debt, including two gap mortgages amounting to about $27 million that Ajmi took out on the property in 2007 and 2017. The retail real estate investor, under a company linked to A&H, closed on the financing on April 8th. His firm previously consolidated the building's loans in 2017 into a single $50 million loan, paying just under $5 million to the bank since February of that year, according to the public filing. Ajmi's recent refinancing brings the debt on the property, leased to Stop and Shop, back up to $50 million with his $5 million gap mortgage. Ajmi purchased the building in 2004 for $35 million from Forest City Tilden Associates, according to Property Shark and public records. Ajmi, who heads A&H Acquisitions with his brother Alex, owns retail properties across the U.S. Alex Ajmi was pardoned by former President Donald Trump after he was convicted of laundering money for a Colombian drug cartel in the 1990s, the New York Times reported. Ajmi is also the founder of One Step Up, a wholesale import company, The Real Deal reported. A&H and Signature Bank did not immediately respond to requests for comment. It's unclear who arranged the financing.
Soup's on.
AIG refinances Deerfield's 345 Park Avenue South with a $440 million loan. Deerfield has refinanced its Life Sciences Innovation Campus at 345 Park Avenue South, Commercial Observer has learned. AIG provided the $440 million 15-year loan in its entirety, sources said, and the deal closed April 22nd. CBRE's James Millon, Tom Trainer, and PJ Finley negotiated the debt, the same team that arranged the $540 million Blackstone loan for the property's acquisition and conversion from office to life sciences use in September 2019. Finley recently joined Northbridge as vice president. The 12-story, 300,000 square foot block front building sits between East 25th and East 26th Streets, steps away from Madison Square Park. Deerfield purchased the building from Abby Rosen's RFR Holding in May 2019 for roughly $525 million and utilizes a portion of the space as its headquarters today. The investment firm engaged Gensler to lead the property's redesign and conversion into a vertical life sciences campus, now known as CURE, comprising 11 floors of lab-ready space. Allowing for either individual or a collaborative tenant work, the building includes wet labs, dry labs, workplace zones, rooftop, multi-purpose space, and an educational facility. Upland Residents and Bank of America are building retail tenants on the ground floor. CBRE officials declined to comment. Deerfield and AIG officials didn't immediately return requests for comment.
Soup's on.
Colliers arranges $67 million acquisition financing for multifamily portfolio. Lexington Partners and LAZ Investments have landed a $66.9 million acquisition and repositioning financing for a 6-property, 933-unit multifamily portfolio located across Memphis, Tennessee, and Columbia, South Carolina, Commercial Observer can first report. Colliers worked on behalf of the sponsor to secure the loan with a team of John Broderick, Jeff Black, Sean Burke, Brian Coop, Chris Chow, and Chris Moore. The portfolio consists of multiple properties across the rapidly growing Sunbelt cities of Memphis and Columbia. The two Memphis mid-rise apartment developments, known as Azure Tower at 305 South Bellevue Boulevard and Soma Apartments at 23 South Pauline Street, are both within the Memphis Medical District. 4 garden-style apartment developments, Cooperfield Apartments at 200 Saluda River Road, Creekside Place at 801 Chinquapin Road, Retreat at Broad River at 1079 Springhouse Drive, and Riverbanks Retreat at 1035 Comanche Trail. Lexington Partners plans to carry out a major renovation of the portfolio. The wide-ranging capital improvement project will substantially upgrade the apartment units, common areas, and exteriors of the properties. Interior upgrades will include new flooring and countertops, as well as kitchen and bathroom appliance replacement. Exterior renovations will entail replacing walkways and decks to create a more homey environment, as well as parking lot upgrades, according to information provided by Colliers. It was a pleasure to work with Lexington Partners and LEC investment teams who will capitalize on their vast knowledge and understanding of resident needs to reshape this portfolio to meet current lifestyle demands, Broderick said. Lexington Partners, LEC Investments, and Ready Capital Corporation officials did not immediately respond to requests for comment.
Soup's on.
TPG Real Estate Finance Trust lends $70 million on suburban Buffalo Apartments project. Tony Kutaya's Rain Property Management has nabbed $70 million of bridge financing to build a luxury multifamily community in suburban Buffalo, New York, Commercial Observer confirms report. TPG Real Estate Finance Trust supplied the 3-year non-recourse loan, which Rain will use to pay off a previous construction loan on its 376-unit Heron Point Apartments project in Grand Island, New York. Rain has completed 232 of the units and is slated to finish the remaining 144 in the third quarter of 2022. Concord Summit Capital arranged the transaction with a team of Kevin O'Grady, David Larson, Keegan Berger, and Danielle Rojo. Tony builds to an exceptional standard of quality and demonstrates a deep knowledge of his markets and products, O'Grady said in a statement. It was also great to close another transaction with TPG, as we have enjoyed working with them over the years and will always consider them to be a knowledgeable and reasonable source of capital. Located at 70 Blue Point Lane, Heron Point Apartments is situated by the Niagara River between Buffalo and Niagara Falls. I guess that would be the Niagara River. The property amenities include clubhouse with a coffee room, a fitness center, heated saltwater pool, dog park, playground, and cabana with barbecue grills. Representatives for Rain did not immediately return a request for comment. TPG declined to comment.
Soup's on.
Hedge fund moving to HNAs 245 Park. Veritan Fund Management decided it needed bigger offices to accommodate a growing staff and found its future just a few steps away. The hedge fund has moved into 38,000 square feet at HNA Group's 245 Park Avenue, Bloomberg reported, more than quadrupling its footprint. The company moved from 8,500 square feet at RXR's Realty's 230 Park Avenue. Terms of Verition's new lease weren't immediately clear. Verition's space at 245 Park opened on Monday and features perks including a full kitchen and a lunchroom, in addition to high ceilings. The space has the capacity for 200 people after renovations by the previous tenant, Wisdom Tree Investments. That will be to the benefit of Verition, which has hired 100 people across the world since the onset of the pandemic, nearly doubling its workforce. The hedge fund, which also has offices in London and Greenwich, Connecticut, has more than quintupled its assets under management since May 2019 to $5.2 billion. Nick Maunis and Josh Goldstein run the firm. Verition's new offices are at a site ripe with recent problems. Late last year, a Delaware judge ruled that PWN Management, an affiliate of HNA, could end SL Green's contract as property manager of the Midtown office after PWN alleged in a bankruptcy filing that SL Green failed to find a tenant to replace Major League Baseball when the company's lease expired, leaving the building without a new tenant since November 2018. PWN also alleged that SL Green intentionally tried to put the building into distress, claiming the office landlord would benefit from an ability to foreclose on the property if PWN failed to make its payments. SL Green previously shifted the blame back on to HNA for blatant negligence of this prominent office tower. HNA paid $2.2 billion to acquire the 44-story building in 2017, financing the acquisition with a $1.2 billion CMBS loan from JP Morgan Chase, among others. In 2018, HNA put the office tower on the market, as well as its building at 181 West Madison Street in Chicago. In October, a Chinese judge approved a corporate restructuring allowing creditors of HNA to sell its assets, representing one of the largest corporate bankruptcy cases in China.